Wright, and this is our Hatha Yoga class, Tuesday mornings at 10:30 here on Enlightened World Network. And I am Beth Wright of Spirit Works. Welcome. So let's go ahead and begin our class sitting in easy pose, and bring your palms together in prayer position. And we'll open the class with one Om, breathing in together. Nice deep breath in through your nose all the way into your belly. No. And now consciously connect to your higher self just by saying, I'm connecting to my higher self. I'm connecting to my I am presence. I'm connected to the mind of the universe. And visualize a light coming down from above, from source, and spiraling down through your soul star, which is an energy center above your head, and down onto the top of your head, your crown chakra. And feel that light moving all around you as well as inside of you. And it's spiraling like a large vortex of energy around you. Down through your third eye and throat. Down through your heart and solar plexus. And the light moves down through your sacral chakra and your base chakra. And down your legs and into the earth. Through your earth star chakra. Excuse me, which is about 2 feet below your feet. And then the light travels down into the heart of Mother Earth. So you can visualize that spiral of energy connecting all the way from source, the great central sun, down through you, around you, and down into the heart of Mother Earth. And affirming, I'm one with the heart of Mother Earth. And now set your intention for your practice this morning. And once you set your intention, you can open your eyes. And now let's interlace our fingers and press our palms up. So press the palms up, keep your sits bones rooted, and you'll feel your spine lengthening up as well, keeping your shoulders down. And press up, and now lift right through the abdominal region. And we're going to bend slightly to the left while you continue to press the hands up and away. Hips stay grounded, and you'll feel that stretch through the right outside of the armpit area. Just breathing into the belly, and then coming back to center. Press up again, and then over to the right. Deep breaths as you stay lifted through your abdominal region. Good. Coming back to center And now release your hands and widen your arms around the back. Nice wingspan out the back. And you're going to interlace your fingers behind you now. Press your hands down and away from you as you drop your chin toward your chest. And you'll feel that stretch in the front of the chest and the front of the shoulders. Breathe into it. Good. And then release your arms. Bring them by your, or bring your hands onto your knees. And just shake your shoulders out. Shake them out. And then let's inhale the shoulders up to the ears. Inhale back. Exhale down. Exhaling forward. Inhale up. Back. Exhale down and forward. One more giant circle going backwards. And now reverse your circle. Down, back, up, and forward. 3 of these, using the breath. Good, and coming back to center and just shake your shoulders out. And let's go ahead and cross at the ankles, roll out onto all fours into tabletop position on your mat. And we'll do some cat-cow to warm up the spine. Spreading the fingers wide, knees underneath the hips, hand underneath the shoulders. And let's go ahead and inhale, looking up. Tailbone reaches up while your belly drops. At the top of the breath, exhale, press the heart up, tailbone tucks, chin tucks. And let's just move back and forth with the breath. Good, coming into a neutral spine. We're going to take the right leg and bend the knee and reach the knee toward the nose. So reach the nose toward the knee. Tuck the knee in, and then we're going to extend the leg up while we turn our gaze up. Foot comes up, leg comes up, and now nose to knee. Rounding the back with the inhalation. And then exhale, press the foot up toward the sky, looking up. So a few more of these. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale, nose to knee. Exhale, foot to sky. Good, and lower the right knee down. And let's do the other side. Left knee comes to the nose. Exhale, foot to sky. 6 of these. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. And last one. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, foot to sky. And then lower the knee down. And let's bring our knees together and our legs together and sit back into child's pose. Forehead coming down to the mat and hands by the feet. And just breathe here. Deep belly breath. Let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. One more deep breath into the belly. Good. And then reaching the arms long on the mat. Go ahead and lift your head and shoulders. Hands plant, come up. Take your knees hip width apart again. And then tuck your toes, and let's take it up and back into downward dog. Sending the hips up and back. And we pedal through the feet. And this just gives us a little bit of time to get into the back of the legs here. Warming up. So you can add a slight pulse with your chest, your heart, as you pedal through the feet, reaching one heel down and then the other. And now drop both heels down toward the mat. Press away from the hands so you're extending through the arms. Heels reaching down, and at the same time, reach the tailbone up. Good. And now let's roll it out into plank pose. Nice long line in the body. Lengthening through the crown. Hold it in plank for a few breaths. And then take it back into downward dog. Heels reaching down. Good. And now take the left leg high and open the hip, bend through the knee, and rotate the left foot in a circle. Straighten through the left leg and step it all the way up. And remember, if the foot doesn't come all the way up, just bring it up with your hand. So you're in a nice long stretch here, low lunge. In low lunge with the right hand underneath the right shoulder, let's twist and bring the left arm up to sky. And then your gaze follows the twist. It reaches up to the sky. And you can stay right here, or you can wrap the left arm around your back. So you have options. You can also drop this right knee down. That will give you a little bit of a rest here as you twist. Otherwise, the right knee is lifted, and you can have that left arm wrapped around the back. Continue to open up the shoulder here if your arm is wrapped around your back for the twist. Good, and let's release everything. So drop the right knee down. Left hand is on the outside of the left foot. And keep the back toes tucked under. Now you're just going to shift your weight, straightening your front leg so that your hip comes directly over the right knee. And this is a good stretch to have a couple of blocks handy. So you can place your blocks on either side of you, and then with your left leg nice and straight, hips over the right knee, go ahead and just extend out over the left leg. Keeping your chest lifted as you stretch into the back of the leg and keeping the left foot flexed. And I'm noticing I need a pedicure. So keep drawing the heart forward here. Breathe into the back of the left thigh, the hamstrings. And if you want to deepen the pose even further, just draw the left hip back slightly. And you'll feel the increase in the stretch. Good. And now we're going to shift our weight back onto the front foot again. So walk your hands up as you come back into low lunge, keeping the right knee down. And then take both hands up to the left knee, lift through the heart, and your hips are drawing down to the earth as your upper body lifts. You can stay right here with your hands on your knee, or you can reach the arms up, and you'll feel the stretch in your groin. Good. And then release both hands down. And now with the back toes tucked under, lift that back leg and step it up so you come into pyramid pose. So pyramid pose is both of your feet are lined up to the hip bones, and you want to straighten the legs, so press into the feet here. If we come all the way up, we can do it from the standing position. So notice how my feet are positioned, and then from a standing position, just go ahead and begin to lean forward, keeping the legs straight. Again, you can use your blocks here on either side. Keep your back nice and straight, and then breathe into it. You're also going to feel the same stretch in the hamstring and the left leg. And now we're going to do reverse triangle. So take your block to the inside of the left foot. This is a little bit easier than the outside. So the inside of the left foot, take your right hand onto the block, and now you're going to open the left arm up to the side. So we've got a reverse triangle going on. Continue to press into the feet, and this is a twist, keeping the sacrum stabilized here. Nice deep breaths. Good. Lower the left arm down, and then remove your block. And now shift your weight onto the left leg as you walk your hands up. Your two hands and your left foot are going to make a triangle. From here, raise the right leg up for standing leg split. Doesn't matter how far your leg comes up. Draw your nose toward your knee, and just breathe here. Good, and now you're going to take the right leg behind the left for scissors pose, so the outside edges of both feet are touching. And draw your nose toward your knee and also your crown toward the earth. Deep breaths. Excellent. Step the right foot out, hip width apart, and just come into standing forward fold. Bend the knees, your belly's on your thighs, and you can Grab onto opposite elbows. Just let your torso hang. You can shimmy out your spine, wriggle it out. And once you get into your position, just take some nice deep breaths right into the belly. Good. Release your arms down. Plant your hands and step it back into downward dog. Downward dog, roll it out into plank. Nice long line in the body. Lengthen through the crown. Keeping the hips lifted. And then go ahead and drop your knees and take your knees wide on the mat. Bring the toes together and sit back into wide-legged child pose. Forehead on the mat. Arms can be out in front. Just breathe. And then lift your head and chest and roll it up. Bring your knees back underneath your hips. And we'll tuck the toes up and back, downward dog. Sinking the heels down. Raise the right leg high, open the hip. Bend through the knee, rotate the foot in a circle. Left heel sinks down. Keep the breath flowing. And then straighten through the right leg. And now step the right foot all the way up into your low lunge. Plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder and the right arm raises up. And here again, you can have this back knee down if that's helpful to you this morning. Otherwise, it's lifted. And you can wrap that right arm behind you, rolling the right shoulder open. Gaze is up if there's no neck injuries. Keep extending through the left arm. So you stay lifted in the shoulder girdle. You don't want to collapse into the shoulder. Good. And then bring that right hand back down. Drop the left knee down. Keep the back toes curled under. And we're going to straighten through this front leg, bringing the hip over the left knee. And you can use your blocks here if you like. Just wiggle this left foot into position where it feels comfortable. So the right leg is straight. And you're going to extend out over this right leg, keeping the foot flexed, keeping the chest lifted. Just breathe into the back of the leg. So you may have noticed I like to hold my poses for a long time. And I just believe that that really builds strength. And it's just so powerful to stay in a pose for many breaths rather than move through it quickly. I mean, I like vinyasa as well, but the reason I like hatha is because you can really sit in the pose and feel it. And for over years, it builds a lot of strength. And it doesn't matter what age you are. Okay, so now shift back onto this right foot. Walking the hands up, toes are still tucked under. And then bring your hands to your right knee. Lift through the chest. Hips are drawing down, heart is lifting. You can stay right here or you can reach the arms up. Feel the heart drawing upward toward the sky. Good. And then hands drop down to the mat. Now we're going to step up into our pyramid pose. So lift this back knee up and then just step the foot up. Both feet line up with the hip bones. Legs are straight. Use your blocks here if you need them. You can be on the high side or whatever you need. And we're lengthening out over the right leg, lowering down. Press into the feet in this pose. It'll stabilize you. Deep breath. Good. And now coming into reverse triangle. So today we're bringing this block to the inside of the left foot. And then the left hand comes onto the block. Press into the feet so that you're nice and stable as you reach the right arm up to sky in a twist. So you want to extend through the arms, the legs, and the spine as well. As you're twisting, shoulders stacked. One more breath. Good. And then go ahead and release. And now we'll shift our weight onto the right leg, walking both hands up, making a triangle with the two hands and the right foot. When you're ready, raise the left leg up and draw your nose toward your knee. Make sure here that your weight is balanced on your leg. So you should be able to lift both hands off the floor mat for a second. And that way you can tell that you're balanced on that right leg. And now draw the left leg back behind you. For scissors pose, outside edges of both feet touching. This is a really beautiful stretch through the back of the left leg as you draw your crown down to the earth. Good. Step the left foot out, hip width apart. And now we're going to bend both knees and bring both arms out. So you're in a squat here. Your spine is parallel to the floor. Your arms are out in front. This is a nice core strengthener. Just breathe into it. It's also strengthening the upper back, shoulders, legs. Good. And then come all the way down onto your seat. however you transition into that. And let's take it right up into boat pose. Shins parallel to the floor, arms out. Breathe here. And now you're going to take the first two fingers and the thumb and wrap them around the big toes. Okay? And we're going to open the legs out into a V position. So you're sitting up nice and tall, legs are extended, arms are extended. If you can't reach your toes, you can be holding onto your shins or your calves here. And just stay lifted in the heart. And now bend the left foot in. So bend this left knee so the left foot comes in. Right leg straightens up. And then you're going to lower that left foot down and extend this right leg all the way out, continuing to hold on to it so that the leg comes onto the floor. And now we're here in Janu Sirsasana position, left foot to the inside of the right thigh. I really wish I could see what's going on out there, how everyone's doing. I will trust that you're navigating your way through this as best as you can for what works for you today. So in this position, let's go ahead and lift the heart. And then your right foot stays flexed as you lean forward over this right leg. You could stay with your head lifted, chest moving forward, and you'll feel that stretch through the back of the right leg. If you want to go all the way down with your head to your knee, you can do that now. Breathe into it. Good, and then go ahead and come up, all the way up. And now we're going to plant the left foot to line up with the left hip bone. So the right leg is out, foot flex, and we're hugging that left knee in. And now coming to the inside of the left knee, so take your shoulder to the inside of the left knee, and we're going to lower down over this right leg again. And you can take your hands to your shins or wherever they land, maybe on either side of this right leg, and begin to lean forward over the leg. You also have the option of taking the bind, which is wrapping the left arm around the left leg, and the right arm comes around the back, and your hand interlace. And then once you're in the bind, go ahead and lower your head toward your knee. And breathe. This is Marichiasana. And then lift and release the bind and come all the way up to sit. And now take the right foot to the outside of the right leg. Right leg stays exactly where it is. And the foot will come above or below the knee, but not next to it. Sit up nice and tall. And then wrap your right arm around the left leg. Take your left hand behind you and let's twist to the left. Keep the right foot flexed. as you twist. Press down with the left hand. Deep breaths into the belly. Good, and come back to center and take the left leg out in front. Let's just shake the legs out. We'll repeat that on the other side. Right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Flex the left foot, sitting up nice and tall, lengthening through the spine. And then when you're ready, extend out over this left leg. You can keep your head and chest lifted. Hands come wherever they land. And if you want to go deeper into the pose, draw the knee down to the nose, down to the knee, head to knee, or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say here. So we're in the month of January, which to me is always the flattest month of the year. It's like the January doldrums, where it's just gray almost every single day, and it takes a lot to stay uplifted. We're also in the energy of Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, which is quite serious. So I appreciate the yoga to get me through the month of January in upstate New York. And I hope that wherever you are also getting through your month okay, with positivity and some joy in your heart. Good, come up. And now plant this right foot just to line up with the right hip bone. So you've got space between the leg and the foot. Coming forward, your right shoulder coming to the inside of that right knee and leaning out over this left leg. Now your right sits bone is going to lift off the mat. That's good. You want it to. Don't try to jam it down. Let it lift. And then if you want to take the bind, the right arm comes around the right knee, left arm comes back, grab onto your fingers, and then draw your torso down over the leg. Deep belly breaths. Good. Release your hands, come all the way up. And now we'll take that twist. Right foot comes to the outside of the leg, above or below the knee, sitting up nice and tall. And then your left arm is going to wrap around this left leg. Right hand comes behind you. Stay lifted through the spine and twist to the right. And breathe. Okay, twist a little bit further for the last couple of breaths. Good. Come back to center. And right leg comes out in front. Shake your legs out. And now bring the soles of your feet together. Soles of the feet together. So here, You're going to draw your feet in as close to your body as you can. And wherever that is fine. Just bounce your knees a little bit, holding onto the feet, sitting up nice and tall. And now relax the knees down. And we're going to begin to lean forward out over the feet. Keep drawing your head toward the floor. So even if you're just right here, of course, that's fine. Wherever you're feeling the stretch, breathe into it. Don't go by what I can do because I'm not natural. I'm kind of abnormal. My name is Abby Normal. All right, so feel the spaces in the hips that are holding the tension and just breathe into them. See if you can relax now a little bit into this pose without fighting and pushing back. Feel that? Good. Now come up. So it's interesting when we do that. It's like, let's try it again. This time, let's open our legs out wide. And my wide might be different than your wide. So wherever you're at, toes pointed up. So it's getting to know our bodies and getting to communicate better with our bodies and listening better to what our bodies are telling us. So of course, you never want to go into a pose and feel pain. If it's painful, like super painful, like ouch, 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 that's not what we're going for. But if it's a gentle discomfort, then that's what we're working on moving through. Is into that relaxation, that place of non-resistance, that place of surrender, where our body and our breath are working as one unit. So with your legs wide, toes pointed up, hands come out in front, and let's begin to walk the hands forward. Now, as soon as you get to the place where you feel that pushback, like, okay, it's not, I'm not going into this, hold it there, and then focus exactly on the place that you feel the resistance. And then breathe right into that space. You can close your eyes. And now as you breathe, see if you can let go of the resistance. So it just is. And the breath moves with it. Going deeper and deeper into the pose without hurting yourself, of course. As soon as you feel that pain, stop. You feel real pain, stop. But move through the resistance slowly with focused intention. Good, and then come all the way up. And when we do that, we can move deeper and we create a deeper connection with our own body, I believe. All right, bring the legs back out front once again. Shake them out. I'm going to do forward folds. Lots of nice leg stretches today, it's turning out. So with forward fold, you can have a towel or blanket or whatever you need underneath, rolled up underneath your knees. That will help your low back if you have any low back issues. And feet flexed, go ahead and lift through the high heart and begin to lower out over both legs. Hands come wherever they land, and your heart is moving forward. And if you don't have any neck injuries, you can lower your head. Breathe into the legs. Good. Slowly coming up, out. And now let's bring the knees up. I'm trying to decide what would be a good balance for this. Okay, I got it. All right. Plant the feet, arms out, and let's lower all the way down onto the mat. And let's just windshield wiper the knees back and forth. So take your feet the width of the mat with your knees bent, and we're going to windshield wiper the knees back and forth. This sort of resets the pelvis. Good. Bring the knees up, and then walk your feet underneath your knees. Now, we're coming into bridge pose. You generally don't want anything underneath your head here. I'm just putting something because of the way my ponytails are. So your feet are underneath your knees. Arms down alongside your body. And now lift your shoulder blades up and then walk them down. Do you understand? Lift the shoulder blades up, walk them down the mat. All right, and feel how that gives your neck some length. When you're ready, go ahead and begin to lift your hips. Draw your sternum toward your chin. And then if you have the ability, bring your shoulders underneath you. Continue to press into the feet as you draw your upper chest toward your chin. And if you can interlace your hands underneath your back, great. If not, great. Just continue to draw the sternum and the thoracic spine toward a vertical position. If your arms are interlaced, your fingers are interlaced, press your arms down into the mat. And breathe. And now squeeze the Muladhara lock. Right where the sex organs are, squeeze in there. Keep your knees aligned to your hips so they're not splayed out. And breathe. Good. And now release your shoulders out from underneath you and lower all the way down onto your back. And let's just roll our head from side to side. Hug the knees in to the chest and roll a little bit side to side or rock. Good. And then plant your feet again. And now lengthen the legs all the way out. We'll come into fish pose. So we're lying on our backs on the mat. Tuck your hands underneath your seat about halfway. So half of your hand is sticking out and half of your hand is underneath your seat. Long legs, long arms. And now we're going to come up onto the elbows by lifting the chest and press into your tailbone and your sits bones. That's your stand. See how the elbows and the sits bones create a triangle to help you stay lifted in this pose. Point the toes, chest is lifted, and now the head drops back, and you can drop the head down. So there's just a little bit of weight on the head. Keep pressing into the tailbone and the elbows. You don't have to press too hard, just slightly. And this way, it opens the chest, opens the heart, pointing the toes and breathing. Good. And now lift the head and lower all the way down onto your back. And once again, let's roll our head, turn our head from side to side. And hug the knees in. Hug the knees, rock a little, side to side. And now with your knees in the center, bring both arms out to a T position, palms down. And we're just going to drop both knees over to the left, keeping your arms exactly as they are. For another twist. Good. Bring the knees back to center and then drop them over to the right. Keep the arms where they are. Shoulders down. And then knees back to center. And now coming into Shavasana. Arms and legs out wide. In Shavasana, I like to lift my, I can't think of the word. Lift my, I cannot think of the word. Just come into Shavasana and everything will be fine. Shoulder blades. Lift your shoulder blades up, draw them down the mat. And then if you tuck your tailbone up, that sort of situates you to lie flat on your back. And you can make any little last minute adjustments that you need to make as you come into final resting pose. Just feeling yourself letting go here. Letting it all go. Become aware of your toes and feet, and then just relax your toes and feet. Bringing your awareness to your ankles, calves and shins. Relaxing ankles, calves and shins. Awareness to the knees, thighs, and hamstrings, and relaxing the knees, thighs, and hamstrings. Bringing awareness to your hips and pelvis, and relaxing the hips and pelvis. Bring awareness to your belly button and your abdominal region, mid-back, and relax your belly button, abdominal region, and mid-back. Take your awareness to your heart, chest, shoulders, and arms, hands and fingers. And then relax those areas. Bringing your awareness to your throat and neck, that space where your head meets your neck, your jaw, nose, eyes, ears, and scalp. And just relax all of those areas. And just visualize a beautiful sphere of golden light around you. As if you are floating in this bubble or sphere of golden light. Feeling whole and complete in this sphere of light. Feeling healthy, happy, and content in this golden sphere of light. Feeling loved, safe, and cared for in this golden sphere of light. As you lie here connected to your higher self, your I am presence, Mother, Father, God, and feeling the oneness of being. That you are made up of the same light that is in the stars, that shines from the sun, that glows from the moon. All of that light is inside of you. You are beautiful and deeply loved being of light, having this experience in this body and in this lifetime. Just be aware of this gift. This beautiful gift that your life is. And now reach your arms long in the mat, stretching out above you. Stretch through your whole body, down through your legs and toes. And then you can bend through both knees. Rolling onto one side. And pressing up into a seated, cross-legged position. Palms at the heart. And we'll close the class with one Om. Breathing in together. I bow to the beautiful light inside of you that is also inside of me. Namaste. So let's just take a moment and give thanks for this gift of this life. And thank all of you for joining. My name is Beth Wright. My company is Spirit Works, and you can find me on energyhealingteacher.com or Spirit Works Beth Wright on Facebook. And I wish you all a beautiful and light-filled and joy-filled day. Thank you.